One of us is going to end up in a body bag by Friday, Max. My money's on me. Are we on the internet?
Oh, hi, boys. Hey. Hello. I feel like you guys were just here.
You guys have been on the show a lot lately. It's almost like something's going on there. Tonight, the Mighty Nine read smut to ghosts, experiment with a kiln, and say goodbye to a pact. We're going to break it all down with my guests, Travis Willingham and Taliesin Hakshafi.
I'm into it.
I know you are. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Couple of announcements before we get into this episode of Talks Machina. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Too much moose?
Or is it too much or not? Have you got a specific wave curl going on
the road
here?
company for Crybaby right now. I don't
Oh,
like
what? Crybaby. Crybaby is my favorite cereal.
Billabong.
Billabong.
You got the
Billabong.
like the hair.
Waves like Billabong. Isn't that a Cardi B song? Hey, announcements. Focus. It's not all about me, guys. Taliesin's special Call of Cthulhu one-shot, Shadow of the Crystal Palace. Sexy title, isn't it,
Thank you.
Steve? Real. Is available, real sexy, is available, let's work on timing. Is available right now for our Twitch channel subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, Zach, it's here, right?
Yeah, you got it.
All right, subscribe via this button, and it's going to be available on our YouTube channel tomorrow morning. It says here to banter about how rad the game was. Were either of you there?
I mean, I had my body double.
My physical husk participated, but I vacated as soon as the fucking shadows started to move.
Oh man, I'm very pleased.
Yeah,
I'm pleased
you
this
like
time.
the creepy stuff, Travis.
Yeah, big time.
Thank you for being there. I will torture your wife.
Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
Was it hard to convince him to do it because you know he's adverse to the creepiness?
Oh, I just did what anybody here does. Is I made Marisha convince him. We never had the discussion. I just handed Marisha a list and was just like, you don't say anything. You just like put a mark next to it so they know that they're supposed to make the hit.
And the way that it works is Marisha says, Travis, I need you to come to this meeting dressed like this.
Yeah.
And then he shows up and we hand him a character
Where are your
sheet.
fineries?
When I heard there was going to be wardrobe, I knew I had made a mistake.
Yeah, big time. How did you fare without any spoilers? How did you fare?
I did okay. I did okay.
I feel you did well, and
I was unnerved.
And like you even for as little as it necessarily was, like I sent you so much weird back matter that you seemed to enjoy, so that was fun.
Oh God, so much.
Yeah, it was
I
good-
love my
good stuff.
character. Taliesin gave me a doozy.
Yeah.
We got Ashley Birch. We got Marsha Roy. We got Erica Ishii. We got Liam Oberon, future president of D&D Beyond. Right? Are we all in? We're all in. Danny. Yeah, we're all.
I'm undecided.
We're all on the same page as far as that's
Sam
concerned.
still pays really well, but
I got Phil Lamar, man. It's just crazy.
Funny story.
so good.
Funny story.
God.
Phil was amazing.
Spoil anything, but I was
Boy.
like, I was like
Don't
listening
spoil
to
it.
him talk, going, oh no.
Gems.
Last night, we were watching the Bachelorette finale, and Logic
sorry.
came over to my house, and we were watching Call of Cthulhu before it started, and Bobby goes, "Wait, you guys know Phil Lamar?" And I was like,
No,
"Yeah."
he didn't.
He goes, "Do you think somebody could you guys like introduce me to him?" I'm
Why?
like,
Why? Because
no, you're gonna make an ass of yourself.
or Samurai Jack or what? What was his
All of
name?
it, Samurai
Justice League?
Jack, Pulp
Okay.
Fiction, everything.
Bobby gonna embarrass me in front of Phil?
Yes,
That- oh, God damn it.
100%, 100%.
Shit.
All right.
And finally, our third season of our one-on-one interview show, Between the Sheets, hosted by me, not in the character that I'm playing now, but in just my normal personality. I've never really addressed the fact that I do this show in character.
Oh, yeah.
That's why people go,
wondering.
I love Between the Sheets, Brian, but Talks, Brian, sucks, you know?
I
It's
always
'cause
like
it's-
Colbert, right?
I always thought
Yeah.
that Between the Sheets was the
It's
character, and this
exactly
is
like
you.
Colbert.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. You
I have
can't fake Anyway.
Oh, I can't, but that's okay. No, I get most people can't.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no.
It's so fun.
You guys.
I miss this so
Yeah,
much.
I know. Welcome back. But anyway, the third season of Between the Sheets is going to make its debut next Monday, August 5th at 7 p.m. Pacific on the channel you're watching right now. Unless you're watching this on YouTube 2 days from now, and I'm talking about Twitch, which is the channel that the people now are watching.
Okay.
As a reminder, starting this season, Between the Sheets is going to air every month. Instead of doing like, oh, here's a little short season, you know, we're just going to, once a month, you're going to get one. We're going to tell you, guess who's coming up, and then there it is. The Amanda Palmer episode that's airing on the 5th is
Cannot wait.
it's a bomb. It's like there's gonna be some shock waves. You know, she's been around, man. She knows a lot of stuff. She's got a lot of wisdom, and she was really kind enough to share a lot of it with me.
She's so magical.
Yeah, I've seen it like 4 times, and every time I'm still kind of I'm going, man, does that, whoa. So I'm excited to watch people kind of pick it apart. It's gonna be cool.
That's very cool.
Also, right before we get into talking about this last week's episode, Chris, our sound guy, got engaged last week.
Oh shit!
Chris, can you come out here for just a sec, buddy? He's been asking to come on camera, and we just haven't had an organic moment. The mics will be fine, buddy. We're just gonna keep talking at this volume.
Come on, get out of here!
Chris is our sound guy for Talks, Critical Role, Between the Sheets, almost everything we do here. Get your ass over here. Sit down. Sit down right here between these, at the end of this thing.
You're right there.
Hi, Chris. Now you're going to have to talk pretty close into Talison's chest.
Hello.
Hey, you got engaged, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How long have you and your lady been together?
About 9 years now.
9 years.
Wow, congrats,
Jiminy
man.
Christmas.
Awesome.
So why now? Did we give you a raise or something? And
no,
finally.
our contract trial is.
Oh,
You had a 9-year
yeah.
trial contract.
Now it's we can fully get married.
If only Ashley knew about those before we met, it would have been a much different story. Dude, congrats, man.
Well, thank you guys for
yeah.
Chris ends up getting some love on Reddit, which is awesome, but he deserves a lot of love for how much you contribute to all the shows, and you can really tell the difference when Chris isn't here during some episodes.
Yeah.
But anyway, get your ass out of here, man. That was enough. Fuck him.
Oh no.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Wawa. You're the best.
Submit your questions for Chris for our very special one-on-one fireside chat. We should do that. People actually are very interested in how the sound works for this show because
It's been an evolution.
it's been an evolution.
He's a
100%.
genius, man. All
And he
of our
is a
crazy
genius.
sound levels
Oh.
and 7, 8
Yep.
of us. Holy shit.
Chris is coming to Gen Con with us too, which is exciting. Everybody's coming to Gen Con except for you, Henry. He's got warrants. All right. Without further ado, let us discuss episode 72 of Critical Role, titled "Who's the Motherfucking Liability Now?" Waiting for that to be a
Oh,
title.
I mean, like when I wrote it, I was like, someday there's going to be either clay and stone, clay and dust, or dust and stone. I don't
Yep.
know. Gotta happen.
Yep.
All right. Well, we begin the show like we begin every show that I remember to, with crit roll stats. Caduceus, played so wonderfully by you, Taliesin, has cast Commune 3 times.
I believe that.
Okay. Checks out.
Checks out.
Ford. Travis
I've never cast Commune.
Yet.
Yet.
has never cast
yeah.
Commune, is what it says here.
Tease. I want to be
Cast
able to
Commune.
cast something again.
You get a bus pass.
Oh, good.
Cast commute.
A bus pass?
Well, yeah, cast commute.
Oh, commute. Oh, that's
Shit.
that's
sorry.
cute.
Angry.
That's cute. Ford
For that.
has dealt 48 damage to himself.
Is that real?
28 of which happened in this episode.
Nice.
That's over half, right, Steve?
We're on target.
Yep.
We're doing,
Okay.
doing things the right way.
He waved
metaphor.
at me. The last
Oh, man.
spell. I can't. Is a wave a yes in Canada? I don't.
We're worried that you're hurting people, and we're worried that you're gonna hurt yourself. Okay.
I called it on this show. I got a lot of tweets after Thursday night's episode that I called it that you were going to be.
Where most of them stay away, don't come back, don't do talks.
Well, that's for most of the restaurants I
right.
visit. Last spell Ford cast from his pact with Ukatoa was Minor Illusion to show Jester an image of Vandrin. That's going to be it. That's going to be the last one. And maybe the last time Ford cast Scorching Ray was episode 10.
Oh shit! From the glove.
It's all been.
Right before it went over to old Caleb.
I'm not big on the new pronunciation of Eldridge Blast. It's a little stale for me. No offense to my friends in Britain where he's attempting to do an accent from. I know how to do one quite well.
Yeah.
It feels frustrated. Eldridge Blast.
Yeah, maybe try it more frustrating.
Eldridge Blast.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Lord.
Oh man, if Ford actually sounded like that, I would kick him out of the party.
Oh, geez.
And I love Ford a lot.
That sounded like Downton Shabby.
Oh, that's good.
Rachel Klein is here. Well, not here in person. We can't allow that. But here via my iPad with a question for Travis to kick things off. Ford took a huge and incredibly risky step this episode. Of that, no one wants to object.
Oh no! He's losing it on the first question.
Should have used more hair gel, man. Should have used way more hair gel.
To that, no one objects.
It's the weights. It's just he keeps shifting the weight on top. His brain's.
What
just
should I do?
About the sides.
Do you have anything I can put in it?
I mean, I have a pill that you could take. I don't know if it's really gonna help.
Looking around there.
Fuck you, dude. I'm wearing makeup. Don't make me cry.
Yeah, okay.
Did his conversation with Jester / hearing from Vandren have any influence on his retaliation against Ukatoa? Where did he draw his strength from in that intense moment? Don't make me laugh, dude. We have to do a show.
Sorry. Yes. I mean, absolutely that conversation did. The check-in with Vandren, I think, sort of was the first domino in that whole thing. It was not part of the plan. Not that there ever is a plan, but that was definitely not the plan to be in like pretty safe territory and do all that. It was just like watching how free she was, watching how the interaction went, hearing what Vandren had to say, and Jester was just like, yeah, we'll do it together. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, we will. Okay. So then when it was, I'm sure.
Does it help that it's your wife?
Well, no. Laura's just a fucking amazing performer, like, period. Like, whether, anything scripted or unscripted, like, man, nobody catches the ball and throws it back better than she does. That's just for damn sure.
Fair.
She's so keyed in to like what's going on.
Yep.
So that's an asset for any sort of a improv scene you're trying to explore.
We know you're watching, Laura, and we just want you to know we appreciate you and all these things we're saying we really mean. Anyway, you were saying, Travis.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, all that. That's it.
Taliesin, this Clay character is becoming more and more interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm liking how much time you've had to sort of flesh stuff out and where it's going. Would you say that by now you have him sort of like 97% figured out, or I know you leave a lot of room for Matt. You guys have a good
80%.
relationship in that way.
Yeah, no, I'm careful about what I give to Matt versus what I keep for myself.
Yeah.
I usually have I think the next character I build is going to be a little less, a little more constricted, just for fun. But having been
You like him tied up?
Oh, very, like intensely tied up, hard to move, hard to breathe. Several hours.
I understand.
No, it's it was I had a funny feeling that this was kind of the vibe that the group needed back in when we were in our first round of after Molly. I was hi, thank you.
He's
Someone had
trying
to
to
get
catch
that
a
thing.
fly. He'll get it. Watch.
Oh man, bless
Dog
you.
was going
He can
after the
catch
fly.
flies very quickly. Anyway, sorry, Tal.
Yeah, no, it's
Look at him.
he's such a good boy.
You're the bestest boy.
But yeah, I've been very pleased with the effect that the character had on the group and kind of the kind of shifting to not heroes necessarily, but something, definitely something. Good villains.
People.
Slightly better people.
Yeah, better than falling sideways into the next
Good anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Zach, do you have the PTZ ready to go? Has anything ever summed up Critical Role more than this pile here? Has anything summed up Critical Role more than what you see on the ground right there?
You're showing the magic.
Dollar bills, decapitated llama, jester, a flask, and a katana, and a parrot?
Yeah.
2 flasks, a pillow with my face on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just kind of, that's so wonderful. That's how things go sometimes.
The llama head
that
really
seems-
ties it together.
Yeah.
That seems accurate.
Taliesin, Astral Sea Siren wants to know. You've said previously that you were unsure how accurate Cad's knowledge of the lore of the 3 families was. How did it feel to find that the Dusts were as welcoming and real as he'd expected?
I am quite pleased with what I found. Although now I feel like I'm just being set up for a terrible disappointment when we get to the stones. Yeah, but it was not what I expected, and yet what I expected, I suppose. I tried not to build too much of an idea of it in my head so that I could be okay when I walked into it. And Matt took what I gave him and definitely built it up very nicely and hit a few things I was hoping he was going to hit. So
We're still talking about the game.
yeah, that too. I don't see Matt enough for anything like that.
I know. None of
anyone
us
does.
do. It's a goddamn shame.
Yeah, I was really, really pleased, and especially having lost a bunch of lore, or at least temporarily misplaced a bunch of lore with Molly that I have no doubt hopefully we'll run into at some point again. It was nice to find one of the chunk of buried treasure that I'd left, and think, oh, thank God, something's here.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah. Travis,
Yes.
Costumer Delight wants to know, Ford is terribly squishy, and he was willing to impale himself on the falchion to barter for his powers. If it came down to it, would he have sacrificed his life to be free from Okuto?
No, he was bluffing.
Okay.
He was totally bluffing, and
then
thought it was like a good play. None of that shit worked, and then thought like, well, surely if I turn this hostage situation around and make the thing that you need the hostage, I'll get what I want, which is my powers back. I need to be able to do things. It needs to be on my schedule. I need to be able to operate on my clock. And that didn't work. And as anybody knows, if you don't fucking follow through on a bluff every once in a while, nobody will believe it.
Yeah, it's the boy who cried
Yeah.
Ukatoa.
Ukatoa. That's a novel that I think I'm gonna have to write now. The boy who cried Ukatoa.
Yeah, he wouldn't have sacrificed his life, because then there's no. He wants to live.
Yeah.
He definitely wants to live, very much so. But yeah,
You know that episode where you lost the powers for a bit and you were in the street, kind of going nuts? Would he have just sort of gone to that place again and then stayed there, or how would he have snapped out of it?
So I've been thinking about that moment ever since.
Right.
Just because I think Ford has too, hoping that it never comes back, and I think he's also been planning for it. You know, like if that happens, what do I do? What if it's not just half a day? What if it's several days? How would I influence that time frame?
Yeah.
So that was sort of not the plan, but like something along those lines. And he wouldn't have stayed there if we hadn't been in a place like that and sort of surrounded by the inspiration and sort of flavor from Caduceus and hearing Jester and checking in with Vandrin and all those things. Like I think he would have just left, and just tried to go figure out how to get it back in a different way. But the Wild Mother's been crazy. The experience near the tree was crazy, and like at that point it was like fuck it. This is not what I signed up for. He didn't sign up for anything, but at that point, if he was like, certainly if I'm Ukatoa's chosen, I must be special in some way. There must be some sort of worth or meaning, or like there must be a privilege that comes along with this duty, right? So he won't let anything happen to me, and that was not the case.
Yep.
And then he was like, fine, fuck you then. I don't need to have anything special. I'd rather have nothing than this.
Wow.
It's when the old ones start gaslighting you, man. That's when shit gets like very silly. Like, you've been making me feel like I was special. This was bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep.
fuck this.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's the old ex talk, right? Like, if you could have just apologized, we would have been together still. I would have maybe still delivered the thing, but no.
Yep.
And all of your
You had to
friends
be proud.
going, oh, so you're back together. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Cool. Yeah, we always
I don't know
liked
for
her.
how long,
Yeah.
but like he told me he loved me.
Yep.
Yep.
Taliesin.
Too real. Yeah.
Not okay.
It's touching home for too many people. Trielf9. Wait, is that Elaine?
Yeah.
Elaine's still watching Talks Machina. What are you doing? Anyway, we love
I'm glad
you.
you're here, folks.
We're glad. We just don't know why. Is Caduceus worried about his missing family members, or is this normal for them, or does he trust that they're protected by the Wild Mother? And did the new information strengthen or weaken whatever thoughts he had on their well-being?
He was really hoping that they were going to be there, and he's not big on hope. He's big on. It's not really where his spiritual energy comes from. He's not a hopeful person.
Yeah.
He's a faithful person. So it's rare for him to have a desire in that sense, and so the disappointment was definitely there, but also there was enough like, well, they're at the next one. This is obviously something that's meant to happen later.
Why is he not a hopeful person?
Yeah, optimistic, right?
Oh, he's optimistic. He's not hopeful because of the sense that he is. Whereas he's in a relationship with the universe that gives him kind of a special pass. He is getting inside information from the universe. He is on a path that has been laid down for him, and when he is moving forward and doing things, it's because it's the right thing to do. So you don't have to hope.
Confident to have hope.
Yeah, you don't have to hope if you're doing the right thing.
Right.
It's not necessary, and all rewards that are supposed to come are going to come, and all trials that are supposed to be put in front of you are going to be there. And if something's difficult, it's because it's meant to be difficult, and if something is easy, it's meant to be easy. And if you can't get too wrapped up in any of in the things that you want, because you're either going to receive them or you're not.
Yeah,
so
makes sense.
why waste energy there? But he's definitely not been without his family. This is a very long time to go without. This is the longest he's ever been without his family.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but the company is helping, so a lot.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Different kind of family, but family nonetheless.
Very
right?
different.
Yeah. Travis. Pamerica Chavez. Ford made quite a few big choices lately, seeking out Vandrin, opening up to Jester, playing chicken with Ukatoa, coming clean about his accent. What pushed him to make so many bold moves at once?
I don't know. It was like the past few just sessions had been kind of quiet, and then going back to Nicodranus, like we were closer to where the temple was. I knew that area was there. I didn't want to do anything about it. I thought something might happen, and I was getting like frustrated with just the situation of it all. And I didn't really know what I was keeping up the guys for, right?
Yeah,
like a lot of it is you can try to pretend to be somebody for a short term, I guess, but if you're really going to be with these people, like who the fuck are you lying to?
If you're going to trust them with your life,
Yeah.
you can trust them with your past.
Yeah, totally, right? And I think more than anything, it was like we're getting into some big shit that like deities and kilns and old ancient buried evils. Like, this is not just some complete the next mission and then go on to the next thing. Like this is life-changing, world-altering stuff, maybe. So,
Big time.
yeah, I think it was just a natural evolution and just a time for a change, you know.
Are you going to have trouble, do you think, slipping back into the accent? I mean, people have to watch Travis Willingham's Yeehaw Game Ranch to hear you in a Texas accent now.
I don't know. I'm sure it will. I'm not the most deft at going back and forth between them. I'm sure I'll trip up every once in a while. I did grog the first couple of episodes every once in a while.
Yeah, there was a little
It just
grogginess. It was a little groggy. It's okay. Taliesin figured out Molly's accent the night he died.
Like 35 beautiful minutes. 35 beautiful minutes. I'm really feeling like I'm getting a hang on. Oh, fuck.
Oh, boy. And then Ashley Birch came along and
Ashley texted me at Comic-Con and sent a little there's a you know who cosplayer on the train. Like, have they noticed you? Like, they have not ID'd me as the murderer. No way. That's pretty hard.
Ashley.
We don't blame you, Ashley.
Oh, Ashley. I only bring that up every couple of weeks.
You asked her if she went over and she goes, no, I just stood there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So good.
I feel so bad.
Taliesin.
Oh, yeah. You have an iPad there.
J Lollipop. That's cool. This episode is one of the few times we've seen Caduceus show emotional vulnerability. I haven't been drinking since this morning. Drinking since last night. Vulnerability about his personal issues. How has he been coping with not being around his family for so long? So we were just talking about this the longest but how's he coping with it?
He's coping with it, because thankfully everybody around him is a mess, which there's nothing, and I think this is true of anybody, there's nothing more calming than other people's problems. Other people's problems are just a delightful distraction. and a real, especially after nearly dying, like tripling down on I'm on a mission from God, from the goddess herself to go save the world and save my home and save everything, and kind of realizing that if all of this gets taken care of, everything gets to go back to normal. And it's that notion of like, if we just keep moving forward, at the end of this I get rewarded with everything going back to the way it was.
Yes.
So it's really just that idea that there's no other way to get to normality than to just keep pushing forward.
Wow. Why can't you say really profound shit like he does when I ask you?
I'm not 3,000 years old.
You say,
he has been around for a minute.
In the car, you say crazy shit, especially like after your game. Not
when the cameras are on.
No, never when the cameras.
Yeah, he's got to appear to be a dum-dum.
I mean, that's fair. Everyone thinks you're the smart one anyway. No, so true.
Get your glasses out. Prove it to him. You got them with you?
There you are.
That's fake. That's miming.
They're real.
Now you're making fun of people who wear glasses. And
I have glasses. I'm not making fun of them.
Do you know what's awesome? Cosplay of the week.
Oh, cosplay of the week.
Cosplay of the week.
Scissors in the butt.
That's not the right camera, Zach. This is. Our winner. I'm kidding. Our winner for this week was sent in by Emilia at Ivorivet. Photo by at Pearl Bay Cosplay. Let's take a look.
Whoa.
Good.
Wall of fire. Look at that shit.
That looks like a bloody painting.
It does look like a bloody ass.
Wow. Whew. Get in there. Get in there close.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So good.
I want to see the grit in the fingernails.
Are those her iris is red? Her eyes red?
I think there's like a fire reflected in the eyes, actually.
Wow.
Yep. That's how you do it.
That is pretty.
Man, we didn't have any of this fun shit when I was cosplaying, man.
You didn't?
No, we had like Polaroids. It's terrible.
That's great.
I think I cosplayed as Dumby one. Wait, Gumby.
Gumby,
right?
Did you have a friend play Pokey, or?
I did, but he didn't dress up.
No.
Congrats to you, Amelia. You didn't walk into it. You laid down in front of me and said, "Trip over this, please."
You got a hammer and nails and laid the track.
God damn.
Stand by, Amelia. You have won this cherry fucking dice vault from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. It slices, it dices.
It smells amazing.
Smells of Julian fries.
Smells of Julian fries. Who's that?
Slices, it dices, it makes thousands.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
this one is engraved and it says, Caduceus will die at Gen Con. That's not right.
Wow.
Well, that must be a misprint.
Wow.
Amelia, we'll make sure yours
Spoilers, really.
has a...
I need him.
I'm just kidding. He might have had a chance to die, but Ashley Burks can't make it to Gen Con this year.
Wow.
Hey, but do you know who can? Jason Smith, Taliesin. How weird is it for you to be on the other end of someone destroying their packed weapon?
Man, I was so impressed. I was not expecting you to actually I wouldn't have been able to pull that shit. I was just having that Percy's going, no, you're gonna need that later. Okay.
No, I was having the same. I was having the same thought.
There's the balls. The balls are just, they're so big. How do you sit comfortably?
No. Like honestly, Grog made a bunch of like stupid decisions because he's as intelligent as 6. It's fine. I tend to play things kind of safe aside from like touching stained glass and stuff like that. And when he was like, you feel a calmness come over you and the pain numbs a little bit, I was like, oh, I can take it back now. I was like, fuck it. Oh!
I was like trying to like remember like what is a film where someone just like drops somebody off the side of a building when they're like, thank you for the information, push.
Fuck.
Like, whoa.
Fuck.
I was not expecting that.
No.
I was not expecting that at all. And I'm so into it. I'm so excited.
I thought 1,000
Lion
things.
King?
Yeah,
That
that's
was
the
the only
one.
one I could think of too.
close.
Steve said The Lion King, Disney's classic masterpiece.
The Winter Soldier, Captain America,
Yeah.
when they kick.
They
Agent,
save him. He doesn't.
Yeah, but if you stop the movie, then it doesn't look like they do.
Well, then why would you stop the movie? Then it's a really good
Well,
movie.
in the Dark Knight,
Sitwell, yeah,
He
they kick him off.
yeah.
But Falcon brings him back.
yeah, but
well,
in the
then
Dark
they-
Knight,
yeah.
they kick Eric. He drops Eric Roberts a few stories, doesn't he, Max?
None of
That's
these
true.
people die.
Max doesn't know. He hates Christopher Nolan.
Darkman.
Wow.
Yeah,
good
he
call.
drops him off. He says, you couldn't live with Killian. He drops him off. I've been learning to live with a lot. I'm like, all right.
Oof, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
There we go. I love Darkman.
You would.
Yeah.
Travis, Hunter Stevens wants to know, what was it's better than Troy's fucking
Hunter S.
Demolition
Stevens?
Man.
Hunter S.
Or what is it? Time Cop. Troy's always going on about Time Cop.
Always. The
Garbage
splits.
movie. Garbage movie.
There's got to be a good byline for that one.
What was the deciding factor that made Ford wake up Clay as opposed to Jester, seeing as moments before he had a check-in with her?
That's actually a good, great question. I thought the same thing afterwards. I'm not really sure. I think it was. I think in the moment I also thought that as soon as I dropped it in the lava, molten rock, whatever, the sword would like bamf back, or that Ukatoka would be like, oh shit, you were serious, fine, here, take it, you got it, it's back. And it wouldn't be a big deal, but I was just standing there bleeding. The breakup was done, and I really needed to talk to Caduceus, because if I'm going to find my way out of this at all, I need to learn more about the only deity that's shown any other sort of influence, right?
Yeah.
And that's also why I apologized to Caleb, and I apologized to Jester, because Caleb called me out on it, and I didn't have like the fucking stones to just own up to it in the room. Again, wanted it to be on my time.
Yeah.
Stupid. Let go of the control.
Yeah.
Right. And then also just going up to Jester and going like, I know we just talked about this, but I kind of did it.
Yeah.
I just kind of made the decision.
That's D&D.
Yeah, and just like, I meant what I said in the game. Like, Caduceus is very inspiring, right? He has he doesn't know how things are going to go, but like you just said, he has faith, and I think I want to learn how to try to do that, or practice that.
What did that mean to you when he said it?
Right now or previously?
No, in the thing when he said that you inspire me.
I'll say for Clay, especially where he's coming from and what's been going on, this is like it was the perfect compliment, because it's for him, it's just more proof that what he's doing is right and that he's on the right path, because he's been trying to be a good representative of the sort of connection to the universe that everybody can have, and that feeling of positivity, and that feeling of what's the word I'm looking for? Peace, honestly. And he's a real believer that even with all the violence that is necessary for this reality they find themselves in, that there's a lot of peace that can be found if you're not dealing with things that want to consume you.
That's a pretty fucking good way to look at it, because I have peace now. I don't have much else.
Not yet.
But I don't mean that in a funny way. Like,
you're not wrong.
I got the peace.
And now it's going to be, the whole team is going to spend some time building you back up now.
Sure.
Into something new, into something equally as dangerous.
But there are always those people that are like, no, I can't calm down. I can't take it easy. I've got to grind. I got to push. I got to, I got to load up more and more and more. And sometimes you just got to go fuck all that.
Well, and like on a weird level, there are better game mechanics that exist out there for metaphors for like drug addiction or things like that, but this is or alcohol, but like this has definitely got like a little bit of the I just threw away everything in my house. What the fuck do I do? I'm like, okay, kid, we're gonna put you.
Yeah, here's bottom.
And I know your entire. I have been faking everything. I've been like lying to everybody involved.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Now
Right.
it's
Sure.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so good.
This fucking game.
It's so good.
I know the campaign's finally getting good. I was just telling my friend the other night.
A year ago, you were shagging a pirate. Now here we are.
That's true. That was a year ago. You were shagging a pirate. Oh, the looks you and Mercer gave each other, I'll remember forever.
In front of it live.
In front of a live audience.
In fairness, you didn't shag her at Gen Con. You shagged her a few episodes later. You just super flirted with her at Gen Con.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
You met her at Gen Con.
little foreplay, okay, and then you got to which base is it, Max?
You don't know? You can't even guess?
Sixth base.
How many
I think that
baseball
was
games
it.
is
I
Max?
think if
Technically, we
Ukatoa
didn't
is
get to
involved,
any
there's at
bases.
least
It was
6
just
bases.
flirting.
Yeah, that's
that's fair.
right. Yeah, lots of
yeah.
tentacle
Extra
porn.
planar. Yeah.
Yeah. We've kind of touched on this tonight, but I want you guys to dive a little deeper from Water Master Z. Ford seemed to be heading towards the Wild Mother. How does Caduceus feel about possibly having another of her followers in the group, and does Ford see Caduceus as a guiding hand in his search for safety and another god to follow?
I'm super stoked. I mean, Clay is super stoked, and also the Wild Mother. There are. I mean, like the way the D&D pantheons work, there are like the big gods, and then there's these like smaller gods that are like sort of filling in the cracks. So there's. I think you can get to a place. I mean, we're in a kiln right now with a whole bunch of Wild Mother people who worship who are completely different than Clay and his whole clan. Like there's a lot of nature as a personification of a deity. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
So yeah, it's not going to be like there's a lot of overlap or anything.
Ford definitely sees Caduceus as a guiding hand. Ford is also not used to leading, right? Like even on the ship, he was never the captain. Didn't really like being in that position, and is kind of excited to take a back seat and just kind of go, learn, watch. Oh God, those are all Ukatoa words. Oh crap.
Oh no.
Consume.
No consuming. But yeah,
Cheesesteak.
I also don't know. I was thinking about this over the weekend. I don't know that the Wild Mother is going to necessarily reach out anymore. I mean, Ukatoa is a demi thing of the ocean. The Wild Mother is also a demi of nature and ocean and seas and all things living. Maybe if the agent of the bad thing is no longer a threat or an issue, I don't know that she's gonna care. Like,
Yeah.
maybe go neutralized, scratch that one off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, oh look, you did it yourself. Okay, bye.
Okay, cool. Good
did it.
decision. See you next year.
I have a little reading that I'm doing this weekend in preparation of the episode, just so I have some good ideas in my head. So.
Really?
Yeah. I do research before these games so that I can sound
reading
smart.
for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't read ahead.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out like what I want to bring to the table for this.
Okay.
So.
Socks Tallison? Let's see, that looks nice.
Spots.
Oh, spots. Okay,
Yeah.
let's
That's a
see
good
what's the other
color.
one.
I don't know. Was it tiny spots today? Yeah, it's tiny.
Oh,
dots.
tiny
Love those.
spots.
Yeah.
That's great.
Tiny
This
spots.
dog is snoring so loud. Danny, ask these boys a question while I
Oh, I have a question.
give these dogs.
So the sword that you threw into the lava pool used to be Molly's. It was the Summer's Dance.
That's right.
How do y'all feel about the fact that that memento's gone now?
One less Molly memento.
Yeah.
I know Bo still has the cards, but that was something that Ford particularly took.
I think.
and all of
I mean,
that.
for me, I think Molly would have been like,
Yeah.
This sword has been corrupted. It's not being used in the way that I would want, and like, reclaim you.
Yeah.
You
Like,
bitch.
yeah. Like, I think I saw a couple things about that over the weekend, but I don't.
Molly would have given no fucks about the sword.
Yeah, like I think it was.
None.
I think it was important to Ford to keep Molly around because he wasn't there for the end. But this is like a new beginning for him as well, and I think that's what Molly would want.
And there are other little knickknacks still running around the group, but like not a person who was big on like mementos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a sword that Molly took. Molly started with those scimitars, right? So. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That literally were just scimitars that had like carnival glass. Like it was just literally just paste. Yeah, it was
I
designed
pray
to look
over
fake.
them. It's a ritual of my relatives. Fuck it.
Lie, man.
Boy. Taliesin.
Yeah.
Yodeldag wants to know. I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
No.
We were talking about Ford's accent earlier. Unlike the rest of the party, Caduceus seemed uninterested in Ford's dropping of the accent. Was it because he felt it wasn't important, or was it something else?
I felt it wasn't important.
In light of everything else going on?
I mean, he was watching somebody hit rock bottom. So it was just going to be, you're just going to pour out a bunch of stuff that you think's important, and that's fine. I'm glad that you really care about all these things that you've been holding on to. That's not really the issue. None of this is interesting.
Yeah, but you're also a perceptive, intuitive bastard. Tell me Caduceus didn't fucking know that was an act the whole time.
Actually, he didn't know.
Oh.
I will say, Caduceus did not know that I was an act.
Oh.
He knew that you were holding something in, because, you were wound up pretty tight, and you were in with bad. I mean, there were a lot of
bad stuff.
You were in a bad relationship, and so like it was all going to come pouring out at some point. So
every time I look across the table at you, I feel like there were times where you were going like, "Why are you still doing this ruse? Why?
Yeah, I mean,
why, my boy?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
But yeah, no, he's complete. He's disinterested in whatever it is the fuck you did. He's only interested in like what you are now going to turn into. Right. So I was like, all right, we've etch-a-sketched all the bad shit away. We don't care what we knocked off. Now let's just build it up.
Yep.
I was reminded that the Avantika flirting and meeting Avantika was NYCC, not Gen Con. So we have a couple more months.
Oh,
that's right.
That's fair.
Oh, God. Yeah, the live shows,
Right.
I get confused between all of them. I tend to be pretty drunk, too, by the time.
Pretty drunk.
Is that a segue? That feels like a segue.
It is. It's time for fan art of the week.
Fan art of the week.
Is that a segue? It feels like one. Please let it be a segue. Don't leave us there.
Too awkward. Please segue
This
to
week's
anything.
fan art winner for Campaign 2, Episode 72 was sent in by Leah Bowicki. Let's take a look. At Leah, you'll see it. Let's take a look.
Leia.
Leia?
Fuck. Yo.
So
my
good.
God.
Oh my God!
What?
Are we giving the Wild Mother lavender hair now and with the
I think
yellow
so.
submarine?
Into it.
I think
I'm
Yellow
super
submarine,
into
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds vibe, because
think
I am
so.
into that shit. I am
I'm
into
all
it.
about it.
Fuck.
So pretty.
That turned out pretty dope.
Butterflies and bees.
Oh man.
The dragonflies.
Mushrooms. Shit.
So good.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just a hint.
They're super full too.
The what?
Oh, we'll have to pull back for.
The skulls?
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't even see him.
Shit.
So good.
That's pretty. I want that tattoo.
This is got some serious
Legit.
psychedelica
Yeah,
there.
that's
I dig
great.
that.
Thank you to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Leia. Or Leah. Or Leia. You have won this. Cherry Dice Fall. You can enter our weekly contest by visiting critroll.com/submit. Rules for our contest are available at critroll.com.
Ow.
Moving on. Let me put your finger in there.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. No, it's not that bad.
Safe for kids. Let them chew it, let them smell it, let them snort it.
I don't think that's.
That's the Wormwood motto. Let them chew it, let them smell it, let them
what I
snort
use
it.
it.
I saw it in an episode of Worm Life. Travis. Ash in an fandom. Now that Ford's officially dropped Vandred's accent, can you expand on why Ford would accent drop randomly throughout the campaign? Was it him simply forgetting to keep up the facade, or was it that Ford was reaching more as himself than Vandred was reacting more as himself than Vandred would?
Yeah, I think it was in moments where he wasn't thinking, moments of intensity, or where he thought he was alone, or the situation was just reactionary, and he would talk and catch himself or something like that.
When they were having sex, was he like, oh yeah, or was he like, oh yes?
Jesus Christ.
Was he like, woohoo, or was he like, mm-hmm?
Next question.
Do I have to answer that?
Just put a whisper in your stick.
Oh God, jeez.
please.
There's a snake in my boots.
Dirty. That's not where it goes. That's not where it goes.
Yeah, it was. I mean, almost never intentional, but always a fun moment in case he thought he was alone or just
Were you
to
like,
see when it was.
oh my God, or were you like, Okuto?
Oh.
Taliesin. No, I feel like you answered that pretty well.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Did Travis show up early today thinking there was a game ranch?
I did.
That's why I came in and you were playing video. I was so proud of you. I thought you were just taking the day.
He sat over here in the dark and played video games
seemed
by
so
himself
happy.
because he thought there was
But I
a
stayed
game.
with it. I leveled up some characters for future ranch
You did.
episodes.
You did.
I did my diligence.
Seemed happy.
I
Thank you.
really just want y'all to read the call sheet. Just once.
Well,
just once.
It was actually in my calendar
I read
wrong.
it because I was about to email you to ask if I had messed up and was supposed to be at this earlier thing, and then I looked at the call sheet and I saw that I didn't, so I didn't have to email you.
I'm so proud
All
of
I
you.
look at
Sometimes
my
you don't-
I look at
you
my
don't
call
hear
sheet all the
about
time. This is just in my calendar
I
wrong.
like the call sheet. There's jokes in the call sheet.
There are jokes in the
They're
call
great.
sheet. I work really hard on them.
They're funny. I like the call sheets are great.
I play the Schindler's List music whenever someone complains about something work-related.
Wilmot.
It's 65% of my job, guys.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
distract us from that
Negotiated.
nonsense with an answer to this question from Hazard Suitor. Can you please describe the amount of restraint you showed as the prevalence of Whitestone began to rise in the episode and its possible ties to what the Mighty Nine are seeking?
I mean, this reference, and I don't recommend delving down into this reference because it's probably connected to some terrible things, but is inevitable of any child raised in the 80s. But
we go.
I started to hear the word Whitestone over and over again, and in my head I just kept hearing Holiday Row. Oh, I'm like,
baby, yes.
oh my God, we're going on a ski trip. Here we go. I was like, it's time. It's time for
hilarious.
winter break, Critical Role winter break. Ah! I really wanted to go to one.
Big time. What is Whitestone? Where is it? How do we get there? What's the fastest route? Can you send us now?
Can I cast
thinking?
commute?
Can I cast commute?
Ford doesn't know anything about Whitestone.
I know, but what were you thinking, Tarvis?
Oh my God, are we going to Whitestone
I
at
wanted
some
to
point?
go so bad. Ah!
I know. I wanted it to be more like. I was like, can we get Whitestone and can we melt down Whitestone and put it in the runes of the sword? Like, can we inlay some Whitestone in the runes?
I was just sitting there going like this is Clay is just happy to do whatever is the path of least resistance here, but Taliesin really wants to go to Whitestone. Shit. It was not
Yep.
okay. Yeah, Laura and I were freaking out pretty hard.
The chat was
yeah.
freaking out.
We were.
Everybody's freaking out.
We were freaking out.
Yep.
I was freaking out pretty hard.
If you didn't watch campaign 1, you were the only person not freaking out.
No, I have friends who are playing CR campaigns at home, and occasionally they'll text me random Whitestone questions, and where would I find this? I'm like, over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
The authority,
Can I
the
do that?
ultimate
No,
authority.
it's canon. Fuck off. Things like that.
You should set up a Venmo for, have people. I'm always
Man,
thinking
what a
of
good
money.
idea. Or I could set up on Fiverr. Just have to my Fiverr task is only
What's Fiverr? Because that meant something else when I was growing up.
That's true. I assumed it would be what was it? What do you call it? It would be 4 because you're missing that one finger.
Yeah. Well, they don't know that.
Not till it's too late.
Not to. I can explain this later, Travis. I can explain a lot of what we're talking about later.
I was so tired last time I was on the show, and now I'm obviously awake and I'm taking advantage.
Your comebacks were 30 seconds late, but they were there. I remember.
Yeah, Fiverr's you pay someone $5. It's a terrible. It's
I got $5 on it.
Yeah, it's a terrible sign of our times.
I got you. Hey, Travis.
Yes.
This question comes from This Is Liam. Future president.
Sure.
When Caleb and the rest of the Mighty Nine started offering Ford all of their items and weapons, you seemed deeply affected. What was it about this gesture from the party that hit so close to home for you and Ford?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was just trying to humbly express that he didn't think he could do as much as he could for the group as he could before, and for them all to go, and not even for them to go like, nah, that's not it. They were like, here, take this, you'll be fine. That was just great. It was and it was such a, it wasn't the words, and it wasn't anyone like trying to blow sunshine up your ass and be like, no, you're more than that, because the truth of the matter is, yeah, everybody's gonna miss that shit. I'm gonna miss that shit. They're gonna miss that stuff, right? There was some fucking cool stuff that happened. But instead going like, okay, that's the scenario, here's our solve. And here's my solve. And here's my thing for you. That's my solve.
Yeah.
Your shitty girlfriend was in a very popular band, but that was not why we were hanging out with you. It was great. It was great, but she was still shitty. Fuck that.
Yes.
It's not why we're here.
What a great
Pilgrim.
metaphor.
Man, I've thought a lot about this. So Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the fly.
Fucker.
It's on his knee. Oh!
It was worth it. It would have been worth it. Don't care.
It would have been worth it. And
So I forget you're supposed to aim where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
I went the other way.
yeah, you did. Yeah.
I just assume it's definitely going to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, because of all the peanut butter in his beard.
All right, I'll wait. I've got a coaster now. It's going to be okay.
Taliesin,
Yeah.
Adira Stops Brian wants to know, did you legitimately think that yeeting a handful of residium dust in the forge would satisfy the vision Melora gave Clay, or was the explanation of how faith affects Clay's thought process more important?
Clay was just getting irritated by everybody trying to logic out a act of faith. And watching everybody try and like figure out exactly what the rules were when he knows damn well it's not the rules. So it was very, and he knew it wasn't going to work, but he just wanted to cut to the chase. I was like, okay, either this is going to work or it isn't, and no amount of like trying to game the system. This is not a system to game. Like that's how logic works.
Yeah.
If you start to apply Bobby to things that are not in Bobby's purview, it's not.
Yes, you're right. It applies.
He's only good for
Yeah.
But no, it's you either act with the faith or you don't. And so he was like, okay, no, this is stupid. It's either going to work or it isn't. Boom. Now we can all agree it doesn't. We're moving on.
Yeah.
There's
So good.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, you can't fudge your way through divine intervention.
I have a question. How long has the word yeeting been around?
I've known about it for like
I think Kanye's second album, Steve, was it?
Third.
It was the third one, yeah. It was the one called, what's the name of that one, Max? I'm blanking.
Eat Life.
The Yeetsus?
Yeetsus.
I had to
Thank you.
I had to ask
So
Laura
twice
this
as long.
weekend what the fuck yeet means.
Oh.
Doesn't it mean when you eat a bunch of asparagus? I don't know. I don't know if I can say the rest.
Is it just throwing when you're just like, I yeet the baseball across the field?
No, it's not like Smurf. You can't just use it.
You make
Hey,
a sound
Zach.
and you're like, yeet!
Zach, you're Greek. Is it a Greek thing?
You okay, Zach?
We're almost out of time. Let's get to another. Travis. Who got the last question? Taliesin?
I don't remember anymore.
Travis.
Yeah.
Monica Dominator wants to know. Now that Ford's confessed, could you talk a little about the decision about Ford's real voice being posh and his put-on voice being more working class? Was this reversal of stereotypes intentional or as last minute as the original decision to go Texan?
Yeah, maybe more on that. I see it.
I'm waiting.
You can do it.
Where is it?
Is it on my balls? If so,
No, it's
you
at the
can-
top
you
of
can
the
do it.
tongue of
Just
your
don't
shoe.
use the coaster.
Just hit him in the shin if you
Oh,
miss.
I got it. Hold on.
No.
The iPad?
No.
You're never gonna make it. Oh! You got it! You got it!
He's dead as fuck. Wow. He is dead as fuck. You fucking
Got him.
It's just a series of bad decisions today that have been paying off really
That was
well.
great.
All right.
I'm a stone cold killer, and don't you forget it. You know what I mean? I was talking to my ex.
Yeah. There,
Landlady.
More on the accent stuff later,
Please.
I think.
More later. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. I totally understand. It means he doesn't have an answer.
No, there's.
No, I'm kidding. I know.
There's an answer. The Texan thing was actually the last minute thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to find your crazy plans are long form. You're very, very long form.
He is.
It's in the moment that you get ruffled. It's when everything goes to fuck.
Right before start.
Yeah, no, your 30 game plan is always on point. It's your 10-minute plan that where things
My short
fall
game.
apart. Yeah, short games. It's where you panic.
It's true.
Yeah.
You're fine when you don't panic, but when you panic, it's like, fucking run!
Bloop. Oh fuck.
It's very Act 1 Ghostbusters.
Yeah, now what? Yes.
Yes, Act 1 Ghostbusters. 100%. 100%.
Now!
Oh, boy.
Everybody has 3 mortgages these days.
I love playing with you so much.
Oh fuck.
Taliesin.
Yeah.
We're going to squeeze this in. Carno, lesbian. Caduceus was alone for a long time at the Blooming Grove. He hasn't seen many other Wild Mother worshippers since leaving. How does he feel being among a faith community again after so long?
I mean, it's recharging is all hell.
Yeah,
and there was a couple of things that I went over with Matt after the game was over, leaving the final leaving of that place is going to be a little interesting, but knowing that we're going to be going back if everything goes well, unless we TPK this week or something terrible, not to knock on.
Yeah, that's wood.
That's wood. Boy, for Micah. But yeah, no, it's knowing that's just some guy,
What happens if we TPK in front of a live audience?
Probably some tears, maybe some fruit thrown at you.
Oh man, I've always wanted to. No, never mind. I'm not gonna ask for that because then it'll happen.
Those people will definitely get their money's worth, right, Steve?
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Well, I don't want to be a bummer here because we're probably going to be fine. We're doing well and we're on a good
Probably
quest.
gonna be fine.
We're always probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
But
thanks, Liam.
No, I will say in previous games, I've played previous games with Matt where we've had a big disaster go down, and he's actually done a very good job of even with all of that maintaining continuity of story and always making me feel like nothing was wasted. And yeah, it's years ago, but yeah.
Nice.
We had a rough run with him once. And
Nice.
Yeah.
it still was
remember.
fun.
That was the ghouls.
You weren't. Yeah, it was the game we talked about. It was
Before.
Pre-you. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
I remember the
It was the
story.
ghouls. Yeah.
Travis,
Yes.
answer this one before we have to go. I have the Bachelorette finale. Air Guns wants to know, everyone is curious about what will happen with Ford's class levels. Is that something you already decided with Matt? Is there anything you can disclose about this topic?
I have no idea. I texted Matt a couple things and he was like, "You don't know. We'll see." I was like, "Is are Ukatoa and Ford done?" And he was like, "What do you think?" I don't know anything. And I was like, "Can I be a fighter? Can I?" And he was like, "You could certainly try, right?" I mean, I'm getting all the stock answers.
Yeah. Matt's not here right now, but if you'd like to make an appointment.
Yeah, he's talked about some things, but it's more like if you wanted to try and pursue this, then you need to think about doing A. If you want to think about doing this, you got to start thinking about doing B. If you want to try doing this, C. And they're all things that none of them are things that Ford already does. So it's going to require some sort of change or adjustment or something. I got the impression that even if I do those things, there's no guarantee
No.
that anything happens. So
I'm excited to get you a magic sword. I've been on a mission to get you a magic sword for a while now. I've been waiting. This thing has been waiting for you. It's been waiting for you.
That's a beautiful sounding
since the
story.
fucking begin. We got the first half of that sword way back.
I know.
Way back.
That's a Pumat. That's a Pumat grab. That hilt.
It's been trying to find its owner for a while.
Come on.
TPK at the live show. I'm calling it. Let's go.
Okay.
Good God.
Please don't do that to my heart.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, folks. Thank you for joining us. I would like to thank Taliesin and Travis for joining us. Special reminder, episode 73 is this Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific live from Indianapolis, one of my favorite cities south of Canada. As always, don't forget to love each other. Don't worry, it's almost Friday. Stay tuned, my friends. Remember, creepy ain't a crime. Travis's jeans tend to be.
Whoa. My jeans.
We'll see you live.
Jesus. What did I do to him? What's wrong?